It's going to be interesting. So basically I'm going to introduce a couple of open micers. Before I do, just want to have a bit of a rant, really. That's basically what I'm doing. That's what my Friday nights have turned into these days. I started a new job recently and it's basically consumed my life. And I like my job, don't get me wrong, it's been fun, it's been interesting, I'm learning lots of things. But it's in an office. Yeah, and anyone else here work in an office? Yeah, that is the woo of people that work in offices. That's basically how I feel right now. The office isn't the problem. I mean, the furniture's great. It's fantastic. Some of the best furniture I've ever seen. It's the people that I work with, and yeah, they're interesting. Mainly, they're nice, but they're what I would call mainstream sort of 2.4 children, that kind of like, you know, why aren't you married yet? People. Like I don't really understand this obsession with me and my relationship status. Like I can't go and make a cup of tea without someone constantly asking me questions about my personal life. For example, this happened to me the other day. I was walking to the kitchen, and it's about I don't know, 50-meter walk. It's not far, but I had to like dodge other people to get there and avoid conversation because I only talk at open mic nights and things, so I got to save all up. But yeah, this lovely lady that I used to work with, she's in a different department to me. She works in human resources, and I was on my way to the kitchen just to make a cup of tea. You know, the last bit of happiness of my day was making the cup of tea. And she corners me. I can't quite get past her, so I'm like, oh shit, I can't have a conversation now. And she says to me, oh Julia, hi, how's things? How long has it been with you and your boyfriend now? And I'm like, oh, you know, 6-7 months, that kind of thing. She's like, oh, is that wedding bells I hear? No, it's probably tinnitus. You should get that checked out. The thing is, it annoys me that people are obsessed with my relationship status and whether or not I'm married. I am 28, so I guess the old body clock's running out. I need to get married and have children and all that. No, I want to buck that trend. But the thing that annoys me the most about those situations is I can't force my expectations onto other people in the same way. Like I can't walk down that corridor, bump into Claire from Human Resources and ask her how things are with her husband. Oh yeah, we've just celebrated our 30-year wedding anniversary. I can't then say, oh, is that the snip of the vasectomy scissors, are you? Especially when she works in Human Resources. This isn't speculation, it's something I tried and it didn't really work, so I don't speak to Claire much anymore. There's a few familiar faces in the audience, so hello if you've been here before, if you've seen me before. If you were here on the 4th of December, I think it was the 4th of December, the last one, wasn't it? Yeah, around that time. You may have seen me perform a little bit of material about a sexist article in a magazine that I received through my door. Now, someone's laughing, so that's good, they remembered. Yeah, the saga continues basically. So I got invited along after writing, basically I'll give you the backstory in case you're not aware of it. There was a sexist article in a magazine called The Town magazine, which gets delivered to where I live in Essex, and it's just like a monthly circular. And I normally just stick it straight in the trash because I'm like, it's just full of adverts and crap basically. But there was an article on the front cover that was titled Women Drivers. So as a feminist, my interest was piqued, and I looked through the article and it was just riddled with like, it was just bad, really, really bad. But the article invited readers, if they weren't happy with it, to write in and express this, so I did. But I didn't write in as Julia Watson, I wrote in as a dead hedgehog, because as you do, and I basically pointed out some rather poor things that they had mentioned in their article. Now, I didn't hear from them for ages, so I basically stalked them until they did, phoning them up every day and emailing them, and finally they came round and they invited me along for an interview, and they basically sat me down and they were like, oh, Julia, we can't print your article because it mentions ghosts. We don't want to offend Jehovah's Witnesses. So I'm like, so you're happy to offend half the population of the world, women, but that small proportion that are Jehovah's Witnesses, and female Jehovah's Witnesses, that's fine. We're going to censor it so that they aren't offended. So, yeah, it's a continuing story. I'm sure I'll have some more material on that at some point. But basically, I got another magazine from them. This is their January issue. And it might be my paranoia, but I think they might be having a little bit of a dig at me in this particular magazine. So they've got an article in here titled "Did You Know?" Now, I'm just going to forewarn you, I'm going to need some volunteers from the audience. Yay, we love volunteering. Yay! So basically, the article is called "Did You Know?" And here are a few fun facts about women. So, judging from the last article on women drivers, I knew it was going to be a blast. So I'll just give you a couple of examples of these facts that they've provided us. The first one being that women blink about 2 times more often than men. Good science, okay. I'm a little bit concerned about the word "about." Makes it sound like they're just making it up, but I don't know. Another one here is, according to research, an average woman, whatever an average woman is, I don't know, spends about 120 hours a year looking at herself in the mirror, which is approximately 5 entire days a year! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Now, what about hairdressers? They have to look in mirrors all day. Have they factored in the hairdressing population? I'm not sure. So I just want to test some of their theories, basically, and that's why I need some volunteers. So one of them in here, I'm going to need a male volunteer and a female volunteer, just to for a comparison. So I've got to do this. Oh, you're being pointed at, young man.
Yeah,
would you mind standing up for me? Rise to the occasion. Cool. Yes. What is your name, sir? Harvey. It's a lovely name, Harvey. Welcome to Grrrowls. Is it your first time here? Where have you come from today?
Camden from my friend.
That's going to be an interesting question. What do you do for a living?
I'm just a student.
Just a student. Never say just a student. Just a student. That's cool. Well, welcome. Thank you for volunteering, Harvey. Female volunteers. Anyone want to stand up for us? Oh, don't be shy. If you don't put your hand up, I'm just going to pick on you, basically. So,
okay.
Yay! Round of applause. Fantastic. And it's going to be embarrassing because I've met you before, but I've forgotten your name. Lily.
It's fine. I've forgotten yours as well.
It's alright. The stupid woman that forgot your name. That's my name. Right. What I need you to do for this is just turn around and face the wall behind you there. It's fine. No? Don't be scared. It's all good. It's all good. So for this experiment, I'm going to call out your names, and I'm going to document with my imaginary pen here what happened. So you ready for this, guys? Yeah. Harvey. Cool. Right, that's fine. No worries. That's one down, one to go. Lily. Right. Okay. Interesting. Because you may sit down now. Round of applause for half a minute. I don't think their science adds up in this article, because it says here, when someone calls out to a woman usually just turns her head, while a man will turn his entire body. It's because women have more flexible necks. Have you had an operation on your neck, Harvey? No? Don't worry, I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I think it's the article. It's fine. Cool, thank you for volunteering there. What else have we got here?